came to the edge of the pool hoping to get a drink but found it was seawater. Then he tried a sip from the fish tank, but it was undrinkable too. Jack had no choice but to pry open the storage room door with a priceless antique worth over $100 million. However, inside there was only a small amount of food, and not a single drop of water. Just when he was feeling lost, the automatic watering system in the garden began to spray water. He quickly lay on the ground and drank deeply. After quenching his thirst, he happily lay back down. Jack felt lucky. Then he found some containers and filled them with the watering water. Looking at the fresh water in the bottles, he took a big sip. With the water supply issue resolved, Jack felt much more at ease. That evening, eyeing the steaks in the storage room, he indulged in the luxurious life of the rich. But at this point, the indoor temperature had risen to 41 degrees Celsius. Even with his clothes off, it was too hot to sleep. With no other options, he passed the time by drawing. Suddenly he saw on the surveillance monitor that a cleaner was outside tidying up. He grabbed a frying pan and began banging on the door frantically, but the soundproofing was too good. The cleaner couldn't hear him at all. He then took out a piece of paper, hoping to slip it under the door. But unfortunately, the rich man's door had not a single gap. When the cleaner left, he completely broke down. Jack sank to the ground in despair. Fortunately, the air conditioning temperature started to drop instead of rising. By the next morning, the room was quite comfortable. Basking in the sunlight, he leisurely enjoyed his breakfast. He fully immersed himself in the role of a wealthy person. When bored, he would doodle on the rich man's artwork, and even create derivative works based on his understanding of art. Before long, he began to create original pieces. He started painting his own works on the walls, but to his surprise, the air conditioning temperature was dropping rapidly. If he didn't find a way to escape soon, he might freeze to death here. Just when he didn't know what to do, he accidentally spotted something that gave him a glimmer of hope. The vase worth $1 million. He smashed without hesitation. He picked up two similarly sized pieces of glass and wrapped them in a strip of cloth, then secured them with tape to make a simple pair of goggles. Next, Jack climbed up a staircase made of dismantled furniture and began to knock on the ceiling's concrete. He had been trapped in the mansion for 15 days since the air conditioning system malfunctioned. The room temperature had been steadily dropping. If he didn't escape soon, he would freeze to death. But the mansion was as solid as a prison. Not only were the windows made of bulletproof glass, but the front door was also solid wood wrapped in steel plates. The only way out was the ventilation duct in the ceiling, but crawling out of there wouldn't be easy. The entrance was sealed with bulletproof glass, and the surrounding area was tightly encased in concrete. To remove the glass, he had to break through the concrete. However, after a lot of effort, he managed to create a small hole, only to find a screw inside. Looking at the steaming nut, he felt utterly disappointed, but he didn't give up. He continued to knock away at the concrete. When all the concrete was cleared, he looked at the 12 neatly arranged screws and felt completely hopeless. He searched the entire room but found no tools to unscrew the nuts. To make matters worse, due to the air conditioning malfunction, the temperature inside was plummeting. To keep warm, he went to the owner's dressing room, where he accidentally discovered a secret passage.